Hi, and welcome back to our lecture series on storytelling with data, a data visualization guide for business professionals. My name is Joe, and in this video, we're going to talk about choosing an effective visual. We've already gone over the importance of visual context. Here, we're going to talk about chapter 2 in the textbook. And really, many visuals are overcomplicated, misleading, and hard to interpret. Why? Well, we design for appearance rather than for understanding. Today's focus is on how to choose visuals that help people think. So when we talk about choosing an effective visual, effective visualization is not about novelty, complexity, or aesthetic flair. It's about clarity, cognition, and communication. The primary goal of any visual display of data is to help people understand information quickly, accurately, and meaningfully. Choosing the right visual form is therefore a cognitive decision rather than a decorative one. We should always select visuals that reduce mental effort, support interpretation, and make insight perceptually obvious. A small number of visual forms can meet the vast majority of everyday communication needs. Mastery of these core forms is far more valuable than experimenting with exotic or unfamiliar chart types. Familiar visuals reduce learning friction, allowing the audience to focus on meaning rather than decoding structure. When audiences already know how to read a visual, their cognitive energy is spent on interpretation rather than translation. Not all data requires a chart. When we only need to communicate one or two numbers, simple text is often more effective. Large, prominent numbers combined with small amounts of explanatory language can communicate meaning more clearly than any graph or table. Adding axes, bars, or grids in these cases often dilutes the impact and introduces unnecessary complexity. Using text directly preserves emphasis, clarity, and interpretability. It avoids visual distortion, reduces noise, and focuses attention exactly where it belongs, on the information itself. We should resist the instinct to graph everything. Visualization should add meaning, not decoration. Tables serve a different cognitive function than graphs. They engage the verbal system rather than the visual system. People read tables rather than perceive them holistically. Tables are best suited for situations where perception matters, where users need to look up specific values, compare exact quantities, or locate particular rows and columns of interest. Tables are especially useful for mixed audiences with different focal interests, multiple units of measurement, detailed reference information, and exact numerical comparisons. Good tables, good table design makes structure disappear and the data stand out. Borders, shadings, and grid lines should support legibility without competing for attention. White space, alignment, and light separators are often more effective than heavy lines. The goal is not decoration, but readability. Tables are rarely appropriate in live presentations. When people are reading, they're not listening. In spoken communication, tables interrupt narrative flow and fragment attention. When full tables are necessary, they are better placed in an appendix or supplementary materials, while visuals in the main communication extract the highlight and the insight. Heat maps, on the other hand, combine the precision of tables with the speed of visual perception. By encoding magnitude through color intensity, they reduce cognitive load and guide attention toward patterns, extremes, and anomalies. This allows viewers to detect structure without reading every value. Heat maps are especially useful when scanning for high and low values, identifying clusters and patterns, prioritizing areas of interest, and comparing relative magnitude across rows and columns. Color becomes a perceptual shortcut. However, color must always be interpretable. Legends, scales, and consistent encoding are essential. Heat maps should clarify meaning, not obscure it. Graphs engage the visual system, which processes information faster than the verbal system. Well-designed graphs allow viewers to perceive relationships, patterns, and trends almost instantly. The goal is not reading data, but seeing structure. Most everyday analytical needs can be met with 4 core graphical forms: points, lines, bars, and area. Each form encodes information differently and serves different cognitive processes. Point-based visuals, such as scatter plots, are ideal for showing relationships between 2 variables. They allow simultaneous encoding on horizontal and vertical axes, making correlation, clustering, and dispersion visible. Scatter plots are especially valuable for relationship detection, pattern discovery, anomaly identification, performance diagnostics, and comparative analysis across dimensions. They transform abstract relationships into visual structure. When designed intentionally, they allow viewers to reason visually rather than numerically. Line graphs are the primary tool for visualizing continuous data, especially time-based data. The connecting line implies continuity, making trends, cycles, and trajectories perceivably obvious. Line visuals support trend analysis, temporal comparisons, forecasting interpretation, variability detection, and change communication. Slope graphs are a specialized form of line visualization designed for comparing 2 points in time. They effectively communicate direction and magnitude of change across multiple categories, making increases and decreases immediately visible through slope and direction. Line visuals must use consistent intervals and honest scales. Distorted axes undermine trust and interpretation. Clarity, consistency, and integrity are foundational. Bar charts are among the most powerful and cognitively efficient visual forms. Their strength comes from a simple perceptual mechanism. The human eye compares endpoints. This makes rankings, comparisons, and different detection fast and accurate. Bars are ideal for categorical comparison, ranking, magnitude assessment, distribution comparison, and change across groups. Bar charts must always include a zero baseline. Without it, visual comparisons become distorted and misleading. Ethical visualization requires truthful scaling and honest representation. Horizontal bar charts are often superior to vertical ones. They support natural reading patterns, accommodate long category labels, and guide attention from labels to values in a cognitively efficient sequence. Stacked bars allow representation of compositions and totals. But they introduce perceptual challenges when comparing subcomponents. Waterfall charts resolve this by decomposing totals into sequential contributions, making accumulation and change visually traceable. Area-based visuals are generally difficult for precise interpretation because humans struggle to assess two-dimensional magnitude. Areas should be used sparingly and intentionally. One valuable use case is representing values of vastly different scales, where the second dimension allows compact representation of a large magnitude difference. Some visual forms consistently undermine clarity and interpretation. Pie charts, donut charts, 3D graphics, secondary y-axes, and decorative distortion. These forms introduce perceptual ambiguity, distort quantitative judgment, and increase cognitive load. They prioritize appearance over understanding. Visualization should never trade interpretability for aesthetics. Visualization is not neutral. Design choices influence perception, belief, and decision-making. Misleading scales, distorted axes, selective framing, and manipulative design erode trust and credibility. Ethical visualization is not optional. It's foundational. Integrity in representation is a professional responsibility. The correct visual is not defined by software defaults or stylistic trends. It's defined by human cognition. The best visual is the one that is easiest for audiences to read, interpret, and understand. Effective selection follows a simple principle. Choose the visual that minimizes cognitive effort while maximizing clarity and insight. We should always prioritize perceptual efficiency, interpretive clarity, cognitive accessibility, ethical integrity, and audience understanding. Visualization is not about impressing viewers. It's about helping them think. So, final takeaways. Choosing effective visuals is an act of cognitive design. We design for perception. We design for interpretation. We design for understanding. We design for trust, and we design for meaning. Visual form is not decoration, it's structure. Chart choice is not style, it's cognition. Design is not appearance, it's communication. When visual selection is guided by human understanding rather than novelty, visualization becomes what it should be, a clear, honest, and powerful tool for transforming data into insight, information into understanding, and complexity into clarity. You now know the second lesson of storytelling with data, how to choose the appropriate visual display. We'll see you back here in the next video.